You can't go on searching. So we must know the different parts of the body in biology. Other parts of the speech. See, speech is made up of different parts. And in your first few texts itself, they have given this about, they say that this is word classes. But grammarly, we say parts of speech only. So how many parts of speech are there? 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Number 1, noun. Number 1 is noun. Right side, noun. It's a very important word. Noun is a word used for name of a person, place, animal or things. Name of a person, Ravi. Name of a place, Mumbai. Name of an animal, tiger. Name of a thing, book. So these are all nouns. And if you want to go in detail, then you must study the kinds of nouns and all that. Proper noun, common noun, collective noun, abstract noun, material noun and all that. And I advise all of you to have a grammar book. Preferably, you go for Granite Martin. Best grammar. There are many grammar books which are just copy of this. It's the original grammar. It's called Bible of English language. In our schools, when I studied in high school, we used to have it as a textbook. 40 marks, Granite Martin, full Granite Martin. Nowadays, they have got different Kannada classes. There are a lot of things are different. Anyway, if you are interested in learning Pakka grammar, you buy this book. Then Martin High School English Grammar and Composition is available. You must have a book. Now, noun. It is a word used for name of a person, place, animal or thing. Second is pronoun. Pronoun. See, in Latin, pro means for. Pro for. Paravagi. Pro means for. It is a word used for instead of a noun, in place of a noun. Ravi is a student. Then he studies hard. So he is a pronoun. Suma is a girl. She sings well. She. Dove is a bird. It flies. So it is all pronouns. Second chapter is on pronouns. We will deal with that later on. Third is adjective. Third is adjective. Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun. Qualify means tell something about, describes about a noun. For example, boy. Smart boy. So smart is an adjective because it qualifies boy. Second is pretty girl. So girl is a noun. Pretty is an adjective. So adjective qualifies a noun. Fourth one is verb. See, verb is a word which shows what a subject is or what a subject does. High school only, they want to teach action word. It is not complete meaning. Action word. So verb does not show only action. Sometimes it tells what the subject is. For example, I am a teacher. I am is a verb. Where is the action there? There is no action. I teach grammar. Teach is a verb. Here there is action. That means verb shows what the subject is or what the subject does. It's very important. Then adverb. First one is adverb. Adding to the verb. That means it qualifies a verb. It tells something more about a verb. Adverb qualifies a verb, adjective or another adverb. It can do 3 functions. For example, she speaks slowly. Slow speaks is the verb and slowly is the adverb. So it qualifies the verb. Sometimes it is a very sweet orange. See, orange is a noun, sweet is an adjective, very, it is an adverb. It qualifies the adjective here. sweet. Please understand properly. Huh? So third one is she speaks very slowly. See, slowly is an adverb. Very is also an adverb, but it qualifies another adverb. So there are three functions of an adverb. Adverb qualifies a verb, qualifies an adjective, qualifies another adverb. Then preposition. Preposition. So preposition is a word which shows relationship. See, for example, pre-university. What is pre-university? Degree and high school, it is in between. It links. Yeah, it's a relationship. Similarly, for example, the book is on the table. Book is there, table is there. Relation on. The frog is in the well. Frog, well, preposition is in. So these are prepositions. They show relationship. When we come to the prepositions, articles and prepositions, I'll deal in detail. Then we have conjunction. Seventh one is conjunction. See, conjunction is a joining word. See, for example, Chitruga is not a junction. It's only a station. Chijjagi is a junction. Because it is joining, lines are joining there. It is a junction. Similarly, conjunction is a word which joins two words, two phrases, or two sentences. For example, Ravi and Raju, and is a conjunction. The milk fell on the table and under the floor, on the floor. Two phrases are there, on the table, on the floor, it is joining. I ran fast, but I missed the bus. Here, but is a conjunction, it joins two words. So, conjunction is a word which joins two words, two phrases, or two sentences. The last is interjection. Interjection. This is junction, this is jection. Interjection means sudden feelings. Suppose it may be you feel very, very happy. You say, you feel very sad. Oh, I mean, alas, dukkha. So all these are words which express some sudden feelings. It may be joy, it may be sorrow, it may be fear, it may be anger, or anything. So these are the different parts of speech. So how many parts of speech we have? 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So these are basic things which we are supposed to know. Why I am doing all these is, some of you may not have good high school coaching. Some will be knowing all this. So we just revise before going to the actual text grammar. So next class, all of you must have the workbook in your hand. Workbook yavado? Articulation. Okay? Articulations. You must open that. The first chapter is on articles. So when I take that, you must have the workbook also in the hand. You must have another notebook in the hand, because whatever is given in the workbook is not sufficient. Particularly grammar, I take more. Maximum I take, so that we help students. So whatever I take extra, you must note down somewhere. So please do that. So whatever, today this is much, this is for today's thing. I will revise again once more. First one is, what is language? Language is a word which comes from the, it comes from the Latin word lingua. And lingua means tongue. That is why we say mother tongue. The two forms of language, written language and spoken language. And written language is called eye language. Spoken language is called ear language. All these two exams conducted by USA and Britain, UK, they are all based on the spoken English only. Many people, students go in Bangalore, take some coaching for these exams, TOEFL exams, and then they have to again and again. It's not question of passing and failing there. How much you score, how many marks you score. How you will score? Well, if you understand the accent. So you have to carry on listening. There are tapes available, paper powder, you have to listen, then only you will be able to get through. Anyway, then we come here. Attributes of English language. Number 1, grammar, pronunciation, spelling, vocabulary. Very important. Attributes means what are the main things of English language. Origin of language I told you. Origin of English language. Again this here. Is in UK. UK means United Kingdom. All three are called UK. Nobody was there. But 3 tribal people, Angles, Saxons, Jews, they came, they occupied these areas. Angles came here, Saxons came here, Jews came here. Angles called it as Angleland, they called it as Scotland, they called it as Ireland. Their dialects were Anglian, Saxon, Kentish. So, Anglian became the original old English. That is why we now where it be Angla Bhasha to be, not English Bhasha. We say subject is English, that is different. Nana here it Angla Bhasha Upanyasadru. Angla, that means Anglian. Anyway, so these are the origin of English languages. It's a big story about origin and all that. When we come back to the college, I will explain more. But timing, you don't remember this much. Now next step, we come to the grammar. Sentence, a group of words which makes complete sense. Kinds of sentences: assertive or declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamative sentence, optative sentence. Then we come to the next is phrase, a group of words which gives some meaning but not complete meaning. On the table, in front of the house, inside the well. Clause, part of a sentence having its own subject and predicate. He is a man who killed a tiger. He is a man, one clause, who killed a tiger, another clause, and this is called as independent clause, and that is called as dependent clause, or main clause and subordinate clause. So with that, then we come to kinds of sentences like that. Then subject and predicate. What is subject? Is a word or words about which something is said. Raju is the captain. Raju is the subject. So about Raju, everything is there. Generally, subject comes in the beginning, and sometimes it comes at the end, and sometimes subject is understood or implied in imperative sentences. That is commands and requests. Stand up, write down. There is no subject there, but it is understood. What is predicate? It is a word or words which describe about the subject. Ravi is the captain. He is the captain. All predicate. So predicate consists of verb, object, and some other words. Next is on parts of speech. Everybody you all know about the parts of speech. How many parts of speech are there? There are 8 parts of speech. Noun. It's a word used for name of a person, place, animal, or thing. Pronoun. Pro means for. It is a word used instead of a noun. And there are 3 persons. First person, second person, third person. First person is I, plural is me. Second person is you, or word usually thou, and plural is you only. Third person singular, he, she, it, and plural is they. Then third is adjective. So adjective is a word which qualifies a noun. It goes with a noun. Sweet orange, pretty girl, smart boy. Then verb. It is a word which tells what the subject is or what the subject does. Then adverb. It is a word which qualifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Then preposition. It is a word which shows relationship. The frog is in the well. In, frog, well. So in shows the relationship between them. Then conjunction. It is a joining word. It is a word which joins two words, two phrases or two sentences. The interjection. It is a word which shows certain feelings, exclamation, joy, sorrow, anger, fear. So all these are interjections. So this is the introduction part of your grammar. Because straight away we should not go to the actual textbook. We should know what is grammar, what is English language, what is the origin of language, and all these basic things which are studied in the high school, and then we will go to the actual grammar. As you all know, we are uploading a Google form with 10 questions, objective type, multiple choice, A, B answers, and you must pick the correct one, and then your marks will be uploaded in the college. Please don't neglect. See, when you come to the college, they will ask you why you have not answered. All the answers are, marks are recorded here. So please do this, and tomorrow please have a notebook in the hand, and whatever it is may not be the textbook, and you must take it down. For example, today is all about introductions. If you take down everything, then only you will be able to answer the questions, because I will ask from anywhere. Okay, thank you. So good morning students, this is the first PU, grammar. We start with the grammar, the basic grammar, introductions, and then we go to the actual workbook. So grammar, as you know, is the most important aspect of English language. If you make a mistake in grammar, the English language itself becomes wrong. You cannot change the grammar. Whatever British people have given, the same grammar we have to follow. You must be knowing that Americans, they don't follow grammar so much. They go for spoken English. But British people are very particular about grammar. Anyway, grammar is the most important attribute of English language, which deals with the rules of the language. What is grammar? It deals with the rules of the language. There are attributes of English language. What are the important attributes? One is grammar, as you know, most important. Second is pronunciation. How we speak a word, how we tell a word. See, verb is pronounce, noun is pronunciation. Many people make a lot of mistakes. They say pronunciation. It's wrong. Pronunciation. Third is spelling. So, spelling goes for written language. You have to go for the correct spelling. As you all know, there is a slight difference between British spelling and American spelling. So, we must follow. Computer follows American spelling. If you put C-O-L-O-R, it will accept. If you put C-O-L-O-U-R, which is British English, it will be, there will be underlined. So, we are, in India, we are following the British English for academic purpose, for studies. So, we must be very careful about this. Next is vocabulary. What is vocabulary? The amount of words you know, how much you know. One person may know about 1,000 words, another may know about 5,000, 10,000. So, that is a vocabulary. So, here, grammar, pronunciation, spelling, and vocabulary. See, grammar is the most important aspect. See, pronunciation is used only for spoken English, whereas other things are used for written English. And language comes from the Latin word lingua. This is a Latin word. If I put L means Latin, which means tongue. Lingua means tongue. So that is why in we say mother tongue. We don't say mother language. Mother tongue. You all know, if you want to speak, tongue is the most important. If you cut the tongue, a person cannot speak. That is why it comes from this Latin word lingua, which means tongue. Mother tongue means mother English, mother language. And language is a means of communication. See, communication means communication of ideas, whatever may be. For example, if you sing, it is a communication. If there is some drawing, it is a communication. If there is we are speaking, that's also communication. So language is a means of, most important means of communication. It has two main forms. There are two main forms of language. One is written language, another spoken language. Written language is called as I language, and spoken language is called as ear language. I hope you understand that. See, if you have eyes only you can read. That means it is a eye language. If you have ears, then only you can listen. Then that is spoken language. So, written language and spoken language. In the earlier days, written language was prominent. Most if you know, if an Englishman means how much you have studied, how much you read Shakespeare and all that. But nowadays, that is not counted. How you are able to express your ideas, how you are able to communicate. So then, spoken English has taken upper hand over written English. See, that is because of many things like globalization, many other factors, industrialization, all these things where communication is more important. Foreigners come, Indians are there, they have to communicate to each other. You must understand what they say and they must understand what you say. So, spoken English has become very, very prominent. That is why if you want to go to States, if you want to go to UK, you have to pass some exams called TOEFL and IELTS. TOEFL, test of English as foreign language. So, TOEFL is used for America. They conduct an exam in which their pronunciation will be there, and you have to understand and answer the questions. It's only a day. And if you want to go to UK or Australia, Canada, then you have to pass IELTS, International English Language Testing System. One is TOEFL and IELTS. Why I am telling this, if you want to go to foreign, if you clear this exam, then only you get a good job. Sometimes you cannot go at all. If you want to go for studies in States, you have to pass TOEFL exam. Then only you will be able to give they will give you scholarship and all that, seat and all. Anyway, this is American English, this is British English, which both concentrate on the pronunciation, accent, how they speak. See, for example, how this is conducted is TOEFL. They put a tape recorder to when you are on going American English. You have to listen. You will have answer paper in your hand. They won't give you question paper. They will ask questions and then give you time, 10 seconds time. Then you have to answer. That means if you understand, you will be able to answer. That means spoken English has become so important. Why? Today what I am doing? I am only speaking or listening because of certain factors. It's okay. So this was written English, spoken English. This is called eye language. It's called ear language. Then origin of English language. See, English is a language of angles. See, there was a community called the Angles. I'll tell you a small background of that. If you say UK, this is England, this is Ireland, this is Scotland, this is England, Ireland, Scotland. So, before the 5th century, nobody was there. It was empty. Then people from North, Scandinavian countries, they came, some tribal people. 3 tribes mainly. One is Angles, you know the Saxons, you know the Jews. These 3 were the tribes. They came and occupied. Angles came and occupied this area. Saxons came and occupied this area, Jews came occupied this area, they are minority. And their languages were, for example, we call dialect Anglian. This is Saxon and this is Kentish. So these are the dialects, languages, and the people of this area, they called it as Angleland, and now it has become England. It was called Angleland. It was the land of the Angles. It became England. This became Scotland. This became Ireland. Their dialects and Anglian Bhasha. This is the original Old English. You must have studied some words about Old English, thou, thee, thy, art, they are all Old English words. And these are Anglian language. Later on, the languages got mixed up. Some Saxons, some Latin, many Latin words. What happens, those days Romans were coming and ruling. So their language is Latin. In Rome or Italy, they have two languages. One is Italian language, Latin language. Italian is spoken. Latin is not spoken. It's a dead language, but even then, it is a root language. Just like Sanskrit in India, it's a root language. So, Latin came into English. 40% of English is Latin nowadays. And you come, most of the words, for example, aqua, it's a Latin word. Formula, Latin word. Father, Latin word. Maternal, all the Latin words. So, 40% is Latin. All got mixed up, then that became the Middle English. Middle English is a mixture of Anglian, Latin, and a bit of Saxon and all that. Even French also. Then, gradually the language started becoming modified. It became the modern English. What today we are having is modern English. So, this is the background of the origin of English language. Three tribal people: Anglian, Angles, Saxons, Jews. Their dialects were Anglian, Saxon, and Kentish. And these are the original languages, and we come to the modern English language. So why I am telling all this is, we should know what is language and what is English language, how the language has come. So background is. Now we come to the actual grammar. So from primary, middle schools, high schools onwards, we start reading the grammar. For example, what is a sentence? What is a sentence? So I have covered up the attributes, origin of language, origin of English language. Now it is sentence. What is a sentence? It is a group of words which makes complete sense or which gives full meaning. It's a group of words which gives full meaning. See, for example, the sun shines during the day. The sun shines during the day. This is a full meaning. It's a group of words which has got complete meaning. We learn English. I teach grammar. So this is all sentences. Group of words which gives full meaning. The kinds of sentences. All studied in this revision. You must be knowing because you will revise. First one is assertive sentence. What is assertive? It is a statement. It ends at a full stop. Assertive sentence makes a statement. It may be affirmative or negative. Affirmative means positive. For example, the board is green. It is affirmative. The board is not green. Negative. So, this is an affirmative sentence. It is also called as declaratory sentence. Assertive or declaratory sentence. It is a sentence which makes a statement. It ends in a full stop. It may be affirmative or negative. Second is interrogative sentence. One more thing, I want you to write everything. You must keep grammar. I do the grammar. 4 or 5 about how many videos? About 7 videos. 7 I will be doing. You must have a notebook in the hand. Take down what is extra. You write down this. Whatever I tell about these attributes, you write. For example, attributes, grammar, pronunciation, spelling, vocabulary. You must note down. Origin of language. Then word lingua. This all you must write down. All these. then English language. Just make how these things. Then only you will be able to answer my test. Uploading some Google Forms. You must know all. Have a pen, have a paper or notebooks. Make a grammar notebook. Then take down all that. Second is interrogative sentence. Interrogative means it is a question. It ends in a question mark. It is a sentence which asks a question. Which asks a question. For example, do you like English? Question mark is there. Do you like English? Have you taken breakfast? So this is a interrogative sentence. Third is imperative sentence. Anyway, I just note down here. One is assertive, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory, and optative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if you don't know this thing, you can't answer the questions. You must take down some notes. Assertive, it is a statement. It may be affirmative or negative. Interrogative, it is a question. It ends in a question mark. Imperative, it is a sentence which makes a command or request. Command or request. Get up. Open the door. Answer the question. These are all imperatives. It is a command. Then request means, please come in. Kindly do this. Please give me a pen. These are all requests. So both come under imperative sentence. Exclamatory, exclamation, sudden feeling. All these are exclamatory words. So, what a beautiful flower. How hot it is. So these are exclamatory sentences. They send in an exclamation mark. They send in an exclamation mark. Then optative sentence. Optative means it is a sentence which makes a wish or a desire. A wish or a desire. Earlier, old grammar books, this may not be there. This comes under imperative. But the modern grammar books, they say separately. Optative means it is a sentence which shows a wish or a desire. For example, Devu Godan Mali, Chanagirli. These are all desires. For example, may God bless you. This is an optative sentence. Long live the king. Optative sentence. So what are the kinds of sentences? Assertive or declaratory sentence. Interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, optative sentence. Otherwise, assertive sentence makes a statement. It may be affirmative or negative. Interrogative sentence asks a question. Imperative sentence makes a command or request. Exclamatory sentence makes an exclamation, sudden feelings, whether it may be joy, sorrow, anger, anything. An optative sentence, it makes a wish or a desire. So how many kinds of sentences? There are 5 kinds of sentences. Now, let us come to the parts of a sentence. How a sentence can be divided. Sentence can be divided into subject and predicate. Any sentence can be divided into subject and predicate. See, subject usually comes in the beginning, and sometimes it may come at the end also. That is different. Subject is a word or words about which something is said. Definitions you must learn properly. Subject is a word or words about which something is said. For example, Ravi is a student. Which is the subject here? Ravi. And rest of all the sentences tell about Ravi only. Okay. Bread and butter is my breakfast. Subject is bread and butter. Remaining is my breakfast. All tell about the subject. So subject is a word or words about which something is said. For example, Rajesh is an actor. Rajesh is the subject. Remaining is predicate. Sometimes it comes at the end also. For example, come here, we know this is a subject, but it comes at the end. Sometimes it comes like that. In some sentences, subject is not there and subject is understood or implied. What kind of sentences? Imperative sentences. Commands or requests. For example, get up. Suppose I say get up, who will get up? Who is in front of me, not somebody else. So subject is you. You is understood. It is not there, but it is understood. Open the door. You open the door. So in these sentences, imperative sentences, subject is implied. Implied means understood. It is there, but it is not written as it. Then what is predicate? These are the words which describe about the subject. They tell something about the subject. There must be at least one finite verb. You all know about finite, non-finite verbs in the SSLC. But when we come to the verb again, I will teach you. So, for example, Ramesh is a teacher. Ramesh is the subject. Rest all is a predicate. Predicate consists of verb, object, and some other words. Sometimes object may not be there. For example, Suma is a good singer. Suma is the subject, rest all is the predicate. Is the verb, remaining all other words. Next, something is about the phrase. You must know what is here. So, what is the phrase? It is a group of words which give some meaning but not complete meaning. It is a group of words which makes some sense but not complete sense. Okay. For example, on the table, it just gives some meaning. The book is on the table is a sentence. On the table is a phrase. Inside the house, in front of the house, over the roof, inside the bottle. These are all phrases. It is a group of words which give some meaning but not complete meaning. And third is, last is a clause. Clause. See, there are many words, same pronunciation. Class, clause, W clause, the clause. It is part of a sentence having its own subject and predicate. It is part of a sentence. Sentence is made up of clauses. You might have studied in 10th early, adverbial clauses and all. So there are different kinds of clauses. See, for example, he is the boy who came first. In this sentence, there are two parts. He is the boy, and this is a clause. In 10th early, you have studied dependent clause and independent clause. Old grammar we say main clause and subordinate clause. So this is the main clause or independent clause. This is the main clause. This is subordinate clause. If you see the 10th standard grammar, it's clearly giving. This is dependent clause, independent clause. Main clause, subordinate. Main clause means it can stand on its own. You can remove this. He is the boy. Full stop. But you can't say who came first separately. This has to depends on this. That is why it is dependent clause, independent clause. Okay. So sentence, compound sentence, complex sentences are there where there are many clauses. Okay. So clause means part of a sentence having its own subject and predicate. So next is on the parts of speech. So very important. Wherever, whatever you study, suppose you go for engineering, then they will teach you the materials, engineering materials, names of materials, resistor, condenser, and all that. If you go to medical, first year itself they will teach you anatomy, that is parts of the body. You must know which part is where. Suppose if say a liver,